Albanian Foreign Minister has accused the Home Office Minister, Robert Jenrick, of, I quote, verbally lynching his country. That's after a Home Office video was released of Jenrick praising officials for deporting Albanians and sending them back, basically. The government has agreed a deal with Albania to return illegal migrants within 31 days. Dominique, your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to be cynical here.
Oh.
And I'm going to be cynical because we have to look at the track record of this government with regards to illegal migration. It's basically opened the floodgates and flooded our hotels with illegal migrants. So for Mr. Jenrick to say things like catch the Albanian, detain them, he's obviously building up the rhetoric to try and make it seem like this government is doing something. And the easiest way to do that is to target a specific group of people. So I am going to be cynical about that. This was a very political choice that, when you actually look at what's going on, probably doesn't wash. But at the same time, I wish the Albanian government was as concerned about the language being used by our ministers as they were about the fact that working-age men, are leaving their country in droves. Now, this is what we usually refer to as, you could say, brain drain. This is people that could prop up the Albanian economy and support that economy, leaving. Why are they not talking about that? But seriously, this is a policy of theirs that's not actually been widely talked about, but they may pursue this amnesty on undeclared assets. So you can deposit up to €2 million in undeclared cash if you pay the government a tax.
Which government?
The Albanian government,
right.
Which will obviously be exploited by criminals. So you could say they're actually supporting these enterprises happening in our country.
John, thoughts?
Oh, look, I think Dominique is absolutely right. The government have got such a terrible track record on this. They're trying to change. It's a bit like Nicola Sturgeon. They're trying to change what the argument's about, and by attacking Albanians. Robert Jenrick knows 80% of Albanians arriving in the UK claiming asylum get granted asylum. So
do they?
They do. Yeah, 80%. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary that.
Do you think that's because people have got genuine asylum claims,
yes,
or do you think it's because people know how to play the system?
No,
it's definitely both.
The Home Office staff process this, and I think it's broadly similar to other nationalities: Syrians, Afghans, people who come from areas where they're oppressed. I don't know any of the cases, obviously, but I think Jenrick knows two things are happening. One is Albanians get processed and allowed back. Another thing is the British government, because they will not work with the French, can't find a way to stop the small boats. It's a very simple thing. We could be processing applicants.
I'm not
in
sure I
France
agree with that.
and sending them back.
How are we not working with them when we keep committing millions and millions to actually work with them? Aren't we going to be patrolling?
Well, that is the million-dollar question.
Now?
If the definition of not working with somebody is handing them tens of millions of pounds, please can I submit my application?
To not work
you all
with the Home Office.
Not to work with me, quite frankly. I'm up for it. Look at the time, everyone. That's all I do have time for tonight.